There's a quote from a grant that shifted my perspective completely. It says, the people who criticize you for being exceptional are those who have already accepted that they're going to be mediocre. And when you think about it, people who are constantly working on themselves, always striving to improve, are the ones who will support you in whatever you're trying to achieve. For example, a successful YouTuber with millions of subscribers won't make fun of you for starting your own channel because they know how it's like to post that first video. It's only those who are too scared to try who tend to criticize or put others down. The same is true when it comes to learning a language. Many people are held back from speaking, and I might say that it's because they fear making mistakes, but most of the time it's the fear of being judged or embarrassed. As language learners, we tend to put much pressure on ourselves to sound perfect right away. But here's the reality. No one masters a language without making mistakes. In fact, mistakes are a crucial part of the learning process. Think about how many mistakes we made when we learned how to speak as children. We didn't worry about getting everything right the first time. We just kept trying until we improved. The same goes for learning a new language as adults. The challenge is that as we get older, we become more self conscious. We worry about what others will think of us. But the thing is, most people are not going to judge you. In fact, they often respect you for trying. Just like that successful YouTuber, people who understand the struggle of learning a language will appreciate the effort you are putting in. And if you do encounter someone who criticizes you, remember that their judgment says more about them than it does about you. It reflects their own insecurities, not your potential. So, how do we overcome this fear? First, it starts with changing our mindset about mistakes. Most of us grow up believing that mistakes are something to avoid. But when it comes to language learning, that couldn't be farther from the truth. Instead of seeing mistakes as failures, we need to view them as stepping stones toward fluency. Think about it like this. Each mistake you make gives you a new opportunity to understand the language better. It's how you learn what works and what doesn't. If you're too focused on avoiding errors, you will miss out on valuable lessons. In fact, all the best language learners embrace mistakes because they know they are part of the process. The faster you make them, the faster you grow. So, when you stumble over a word or mispronounce something, don't let it knock your confidence. See it as a proof that you're learning. Second, the people you surround yourself with play a huge role in overcoming fear. If you are around people who criticize or make fun of your efforts, it's going to be hard to stay motivated. On the other hand, if you have a supportive system, whether it is a language partner, a group of friends, or an online community, they will encourage you to keep going even when you're struggling. These are the people who understand what you are going through. They won't judge you for speaking imperfectly. Instead, they will support you and celebrate your progress. So, choose your environment carefully. If you find people who are genuinely supportive, you will feel more comfortable taking risks and speaking up. Finally, take small steps. It's easy to feel overwhelmed if you set unrealistic expectations, like trying to speak fluently right away. Instead, focus on small, manageable goals. Don't worry about perfect grammar or using advanced vocabulary from the beginning. Start by expressing your ideas in the simplest way possible. Think about it like this. Communication isn't about using big words. It's about getting your point across clearly. Sometimes the most effective way to communicate is through simplicity. As you get comfortable with the basics, your confidence will naturally grow. The more you speak, the better you will become at forming sentences, finding the right words, and speaking easily. In summary, overcoming fear is a process of reframing mistakes, surrounding yourself with positive influences, and setting realistic goals. Once you make these changes, you will start to feel less intimidated and more motivated to continue learning. And remember, fluency isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every time you practice, you are getting better. In the end, it's those who are too afraid to try or criticize, while those on their own journey of growth will always encourage you to keep going. Whether you're starting a YouTube channel or learning English, don't let the fear of making mistakes hold you back. Focus on progress, not perfection. I hope you found value in this video and it has given you a fresh perspective and inspired you to let go of the fear of not being perfect right from the start. Learning anything new, especially a language, is a journey. It's not about rushing to the finish line. Mistakes, they're just part of the process, and each one helps you improve. The most important thing is to stay consistent, be kind to yourself, and keep moving forward. Over time, you will notice your confidence growing and your skills will follow. So, don't let fear stand in the way of reaching your goals. That's all for today's video, and I hope to see you in the next one.